Hello and welcome to this video. You may want to pause this video to start with because this is one of the worksheets that you'll find in your folder for this week's documents. So in this week's documents you'll find this worksheet, and we're going to go through it on this video. So if you want to wait and see the solutions after you've worked it out, you might want to pause this video for now and then work them out. So here we go. This is the graph of two functions. F, I relabeled it a little larger. This is F. This V looking function is F, and G is this straight line going through here. This first question asks for F of 1. So we're going to travel down the F thing until we get to 1 on the x-axis. We're looking for the one value for x, so that would be this point right here. So that's going to be 1, 0. So our solution for f of 1 would be the y value of this ordered pair here. So the answer to that is 0. Okay, now the second question is going to ask you to travel along the g graph until you reach -2 on the x-axis. So here we are at -2. We would want to look at this point right here for the g graph. In that case, that's going to be -2, 1 for its ordered pair. So that means our answer to the g of -2 is positive 1. Not -1, positive 1. So positive 1 there. Now in this third question, it is asking you to do a composite of functions, or a composition of two functions. This is really f of 0 plus g of 0. It's written in kind of a shorthand notation there with them added together here. So f plus g of 0 means that we're figuring out f of 0 and g of 0. So we're going to be looking at both curves and looking at the values where x is 0. So we're looking at the values where this is 0. So if we look at the f curve, this is the value of f at that point. So f of 0 is going to be -2. Right? And g of 0, we're going to look at 0 again right here, and we're going to go up to the g graph, and that's going to be this point. So that's going to be +2. So our answer here is going to be 0. It's -2 and +2. Okay, this one we're going to do a division of two graphs. So we're looking at f of -3 divided by g of -3. So we're going to be looking at those two functions and finding out their values. So we're looking at the f function here again. We're going to travel down the f function until we get to -3, which is right here. So f of -3 is going to be this value, which is 4. So our numerator is going to be 4. And our g of -3 is going to be same value. We're going to start at here, but we're only going to travel up to there. So that looks like that's about 1/2. So traveling across here, that's about 1/2 for the value of g of -3. So if we divide 4 by 1/2, that's 4 times the reciprocal. So the reciprocal is 2 over 1. So we're going to get 8 there as our solution for f of -3 divided by g of -3. Okay, and our final question here, we're multiplying, so we're going to take f of 2 times g of 2. So we'll get there again. We're going to be looking up the values at 2. So we're going to be looking at the values starting here. Here's our value of 2. So we're going to look up to the graph at 2. Let's first look at the f graph. That goes up to here. So that value is going to go across here. That's going to be 2 for this value. And then g of 2. And we're going to travel up to this point Okay, and then across, that's going to be 3. So we're going to get 2 times 3, or 6 is the value for f of 2 times g of 2. Now you can check your work on your worksheet, make sure that you came up with the same solutions. If you have any questions, give me an email.